The legend of Mexico's Mapimi silent zone, a restricted ET alien area. Among the Mexican states of Chihuahua, Coahuila, and Durango is the bag of Mapiri, a region popularly known as Mapiri Silent Zone. In the middle of the arid desert of Chihuahua, there would be a region in which radio waves suffer from some type of interference. Because of this, communications and the use of technology would be extremely limited in this region. The legend of this place begins in 1970, when an Athena test missile launched from Utah, punctually from Green River, February 2nd, was lost in the middle of the desert. The missile was originally aimed at the White Sands military base in New Mexico, but due to technical error ended up falling more than 700 kilometers south, precisely in the area of Mapiri, in the Mapiri Silent Zone. The Americans then went looking for the missile, keeping their intentions secret. Due to the little population of the region, very few people actually saw the device fall, and most thought it was a meteorite, so no one really informed the Mexican authorities that something had happened. The Americans hired some people, and after 3 weeks of searching, they found the lost missile. According to the version, some people who would have been in charge of the protection of the small camp carried out to remove the remains of the missile would have begun to declare the existence of anomalies after the phenomenon, mainly interference in radio emissions. Apparently the missile would have left something there, and the theories began to take force when it was discovered, after a brief investigation, that the missile carried small amounts of cobalt-57, a radioactive element. As of this moment, the Mexican newspapers went crazy. Strange phenomena were reported in the region, mainly involving problems in the diffusion of radio waves, and from that moment the Mexican government intervened and located a small research station nearby. This station is formally dedicated to the study of the flora and fauna of the region, but the suspicious synchronization of the study center with the phenomenon described above favor the emergence of conspiracy theories. In any case, few suspicious activities have appeared there, and if something is investigated relative to the phenomenon, it's surely done on a small scale. The most interesting thing is that the area to this day is closed to tourists. According to the official version, it was due to the request of the inhabitants of the region to restrict entry to the zoneros, curious tourists who arrived in large groups, hand in hand with the danger that these visits represented for the fragile ecosystem. The area is now a nature reserve. For obvious reasons, this closure has been taken by some as irrefutable proof that something strange happens there. There's little evidence of the events. In the first place, it's known that the region abounds in magnetite, which could explain the problems that compasses sometimes suffer there. Secondly, despite the clamor, there's little evidence of failure of electrical appliances. The most famous comes from a CEMEX worker in 1970. And third, the entry ban limits to a large extent the information that can be provided by people not linked directly to the state, but those that investigate in the region affirm that there are no interferences in communications more than sporadically. Finally, it's worth noting that the so-called Mapimi Silent Zone is located in the same latitude as the Bermuda Triangle, which has led many to affirm that the phenomena seen here are related to those of this enigmatic place. Many talk about UFOs and mysterious technologies, but the truth is that there is little evidence also for the remoteness of the region that can be discussed with some rigor. In any case, the renowned Mapimi Silent Zone remains extremely famous in Mexico due to its secrecy and the legends that are told about it. Do you think something supernatural is in this region? And it's not only the same latitude as Bermuda Triangle, it's also the same latitude as the Giza Pyramids in Egypt. And this is on Infinity Explorers by Ansha Vastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.